Let's go.
Let's go.
Here we are.
Yay.
Hello, everybody. Good podcast already. Thanks, chat.
My name is all messed up.
We're having a good podcast.
All right. So, hello. I'm the Sunny Machine. This is the Infinite Quality Podcast. I have.
Sunny, I'm named twice.
Yeah, I'm gonna get rid of that. That's from last week. All right, there you go. Welcome to the Infinite Quality Podcast. You can catch us on Spotify. We're streaming live on Twitch. So if you want to join the chat, you can check us out. Infinite Quality Live on Twitch. And if you look for Infinite Quality Live on YouTube, you can get all our YouTube videos. And the YouTube live stream is also available there. So, yeah. I need a list. I don't want to, I hate reading like lists when I'm doing this stuff because it feels so unnatural to be like, okay, I said that. I don't know. I feel robotic.
Copy is important. Copy is an important thing.
Don't think of it as a list. Think of it as a checklist.
I know. It's just, I have a hard time not ending up feeling awkward and robotic, even though like I did acting when I was young for a long time and it should be normal. But I was one of those kids that didn't really learn the script. I didn't read the script. I just like kind of read the script right before I went on for like practice, and then like learned the script as we did the rehearsals.
so you just ad-libbed everything.
Basically, yeah. I'd be like, "What's my line?"
I'm so shocked you weren't successful long term.
To be
no,
fair,
that's
though,
not why I wasn't successful.
I'm kidding.
To be fair, that can work. There's been like some pretty famous movies where like most of the script is ad-libbed.
Yeah, it doesn't work for high school plays though. Like,
yeah, no, probably not.
Plays and stuff, yeah. No.
Probably want to know the lines.
They were all musicals too, and I always had to sing. So
I'm
like, I don't know the song. Can I hear it?
I have to play male parts because I'm too tall. So I would always play like the like male dancer, ballroom dancer, or like a coach. I was the coachman in Cinderella.
Oh, fun.
Did
you guys all do any drama in school, like when you were younger?
No. My school, like I think, what was it? I think junior high school we had plays that we had to put on, but I didn't like it.
Yeah,
that was an obligation. Yeah, I had to. They stuck us in it. Yeah,
it was like a forced thing.
Yeah, It was forced. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
We were on stage. I was a Rusty's in the Iphigenia cycle. I don't remember any of it because I tuned it out because I'm uncomfortable on stage. Go figure.
Yeah, I'm uncomfortable on stage too, but I wanted to do it so badly. I don't know, something's wrong with me. But all right, so that's not our topic for today. We just kind of rabbit trailed there, but I was curious to see if you guys had done any performance. Do you feel like, actually, just quick on that topic, do you feel like it was a benefit at all to your streaming that you did any? Like, I hear a lot of people, especially in the streamer coaching space, they'll always be like, you should take improv classes, or... Do you think any of that translates well to being on camera and being a good streamer?
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah.
I'm
Have
sure.
you got, out of all of us, who has taken improv classes?
Taken improv classes. I've done a lot of performing.
You haven't, or you have? Because
I have not officially, no. But I do have a heavy performance background, and I've done improvisation in figure skating. If that counts.
That's kind of similar, you know.
That is performance.
Same movements.
There is crossover. I think it probably does.
So there's a lot of performance, yes.
I don't know. I have a hard time understanding. I think there's a lot of really good streamers that have never taken a performance class, or I think in some ways it can actually be a little bit of a detriment to treat your stream like a performance, because like the live nature of it is like a personal thing, and you can very quickly lose that if you put on too much of a performance. I don't know. There's like a weird balancing act between finding your audience with a character.
No, absolutely. And I think just doing any kind of performance or taking performance classes or improv classes, I mean, that's just, it's bound to naturally help you, at the very least be comfortable being watched, right? Knowing that you're being perceived.
There's
right?
definitely some crossover, yeah.
Yeah, whether or not like it, how much it actually helps. Yeah. I'm sure it does. I've never taken an improv class, but if you have trouble coming up with and keeping up conversation, right?
Well, so I think the parts that are good about maybe this stuff are the stuff that you mentioned, but I don't think it necessarily translates as well with the performance aspect of, like, for improv's pretty direct. Like, I've actually, I had a client when I was in like 2016, 17, 18, somewhere in there. There was an improv theater in San Diego. I made a couple of videos for them. And the way they paid me for the videos was free classes. So I took like one or two semesters. I don't really remember. It's kind of a blur. Probably just one. Improv classes. And, you know, I don't know that it translates well to streaming, to be honest. Because a lot of what streaming is like being able to talk about like a whole myriad of topics and like being interesting when talking about improv's way different. You're just kind of like pretending, and streaming is more, in a lot of aspects, is more like being honest and open about how you feel about Gundam or, you know, Yakuza or something. It takes a different kind of skill set to kind of dig into those topics.
Some streamers are very clearly, I mean, I can't say for myself, but like I know there are some streamers who definitely put on an act, right? Not everyone streams their authentic self, right?
True.
Just because we do it, like I'm sure like people like, you know, the really big streamers are not, you know, streaming themselves. There's a character there, right?
Yeah.
So there is a bit of that going on.
I mean, performance, like whether or not you have experience with performance or not, you still can be a bad performer.
Yeah, that's also true. Yeah, you know what I mean.
I was gonna say improv can kind of bring the cringe a little bit, but I think one of the things that you can learn in, you know, practicing the performing arts, in being in front of a camera, being comfortable there, is number one, that comfort, but also stage presence. So even if you are just being a conversationalist or just being yourself, there's still a level of stage presence, right? A comfort in your own presence in front of other humans or robots or whatever, that I think you can benefit from taking those types of classes or practicing in performance, because it allows you the opportunity to just get comfortable and command people's attention. So I think that skill set that you can, you know, transfer over is really important. Being able to command people's attention is important.
I also think doesn't improv, like they throw things at you and you have to come up with like, and you know, you have to
it's not that hard. The main key for improv is yes and. Basically, I say something to you and you agree to whatever I said. As long as you don't deny anything that I said. Like if I said, "Oh, hi, Mr. Policeman. Thanks for stopping my car. I was really hoping to see you today." You're not allowed to be like, "I'm not a police officer. I'm a gangster," or something. Like you can't. That's like a big. You just took what I said and didn't build on
like
it.
The lesson is to be able to like go with the flow, right?
Yeah.
Which is important in a stream, though. That is important to be able to keep a flow.
True.
Like,
but there's a lot of times as streamers we have to say no.
But you do have to say no in a nice way usually. Yeah. That's the other thing.
No.
Most of the time you're not being mean about it when you say no.
I'm
right?
being mean about it. I'm ready.
Well,
I think
unless that's your shtick, right? I guess. Yeah.
I mean, if we're sticking with the improv metaphor, there are people who will like try to poke and prod at the people in chat to get some sort of response in order to work off of it, like you know, like improv.
Like improv.
Yeah.
So
anyway,
take,
so
like, the right lessons.
The main actual topic for today.
This is good.
No, it was good. Yeah. Is I wanted to discuss how streaming can kind of, I don't know if I see this as a positive thing or a negative thing. I want to explore it because it feels negative at times, but there's something about it that's nice as well. I don't know. Okay, so the topic is how. We're never going to get there. How streaming changes your relationship to something that you love, like video games. I guess I'll just start with myself for an example, and I want to hear from Pickles first because I think we should go around. But I think Pickles might have the most, like, well, we'll see what your take is like. I think it's going to be the most, like, base. No.
Mine's gonna be the most lukewarm take you've ever heard in your life. It'll be great.
So for me, ever since I started streaming, now my relationship with video games completely changed, and I could see over the years how streaming has made me approach my personal relationship to gaming totally differently. And it feels weird. Like my relationship to, like, I remember the first time I played Dark Souls, and it was just like me sitting down playing Dark Souls. And it was like that. It was like my own experience. I didn't have to have anybody watching me. I didn't feel anything. There was no like, I don't know it. But then now that I've streamed games for such a long time, and I did game streaming. Now I feel like I can't have those moments. I need to save them, to share them with others, and be live while I do it. And that, I don't know. Maybe that's because when I'm live and I'm doing that kind of experience, it feels better. It feels good. I don't typically like to watch a lot of shows by myself either. Like, I only really consume nonfiction content by myself. Like, I like educational content and like, you know, discussions and podcasts and stuff like that. But I don't necessarily like to watch a TV show by myself. I kind of want to hang out with somebody else and watch a TV show. And gaming is kind of the same thing. Like, it's this, I have this like almost aversion to playing video games. Not all video games, but not like MMOs or like games that don't have that storyline or like a quick fighting game or something like that. Like, and if I've already played the game on stream, I feel more inclined to playing the game. But now I feel strange about playing new games. Like, if I see a game is coming out, my first thought isn't, oh, I really want to play that. It's like, oh, I could stream that. Do you guys have this problem? Or is it not a problem? Pickles, let's start with you.
I don't know, man. I mean, I've had to...
No opinion.
I've had to, like, ask myself, like, if this is a game I wanted to stream or not. Because, like, I played Demon Souls for the first time on stream, and I didn't enjoy it, so I decided I was going to play Elden Ring off-stream. And I did enjoy it. Like, having to make it a public experience changes your first experience with that game, and it could definitely give you like a completely different opinion than if you had played it off stream. You know, because there's so many different things to balance, and you're all experiencing it at the same time when you are streaming it, you know?
Yeah. So do you feel like you now have to like make some kind of weird thought? There's like a thought that wasn't there before you were a streamer, that now you're like, okay, this game now is this like for me? Is it for the stream? Like,
yeah, I've definitely had that conversation with myself. Like, oh, there's this new game coming out, but maybe I'll just save it for stream, and then I end up never playing it because something else comes out that's better for stream. You know?
Yeah, and then you don't ever play the game that you're excited about.
Yeah.
What about you, Meats?
No. I like games, and I still play games. There's some games that... there's like 3 tiers of games, I think, and some of them overlap. It's almost like a Venn diagram of games to me. There are games that I save for stream. There are games that I play in my Discord with my friends. And then there are games that I play at home alone. And I guess a fourth is both, right? Stream and at home. So, like, right now I'm playing a metric ton of Skyrim randomly, right? And I'm not going to stream Skyrim just because I want to just kind of cozy enjoy it, right? And that's the purpose of that game for me right now. But, like, Slay the Spire, I will play it when I'm bored, but I'll also stream it, you know? And then there are games like Valheim and Among Us that I play with my community in the Discord because it's not really a stream game. So I haven't really personally lost any joy in games. It's just how I perceive the particular games, and I won't play a game beyond my enjoyment of it. But I'm also someone who naturally just really likes games, so I tend to find the enjoyment in whatever game I'm playing. I think it also depends a little bit on your perspective. Are you playing it and looking for how to enjoy it, or are you playing it just because you think it's going to do well? And I think that's going to shape your experience too.
Well, I mean, it's not like I don't like games. You know what I mean?
I didn't say that.
No. I mean, I know that's not what you're
You
saying.
even
Had to
like
defend
games.
himself there. He's like, I like
No,
games.
I like
it's
games, man.
for me. It's kind of like streaming is my game time because I just have so many other things I need to do throughout the
Yeah.
day that I don't feel like I almost don't feel like I'm allowed to play games because of my other obligations.
Yeah.
So I have to either save it for stream or carve out special time to do it off stream. And I mean that's just, how my day-to-day is set up for like me personally, but that's kind of the challenge I have run into in the past with that.
Yep. I feel that. What about
There's
you,
a
Snazzy?
different.
Oh.
Let me just hold
Go
on,
ahead.
Snazzy,
Go
you'll
ahead.
get
Go
your
ahead.
thoughts. There's a different energy though. So there's some when it comes to streaming a game versus playing a game just like chill. There's such a different energy to the game. Like so, there are some times where I want to play a game, but I don't want to perform, if you will. I want to sit on my couch. I don't want to wear a bra, and I want to like eat cheese while I play a game. And like, no one, some people probably want to see that, but I don't want to show people that.
No, there's an audience for everything, right?
I'm pretty sure I've
Sure.
seen streams exactly like that, actually, that you're describing.
That's a lot of streams. Yeah.
All this PJ cheese eating.
PJ
Skyrim,
cheese eating, yeah.
exactly.
Yeah.
But like, that's my space, So it just kind of depends on your mental space and what you're hoping to accomplish from it too a little bit.
Yeah.
Okay. Snazzy?
Are you ready for the lukewarm take?
I'm wondering if I got you on this, though.
I literally, I will not curtail my enjoyment of a video game just for stream. I literally played the entirety of Rogue Legacy 2 off stream.
Okay.
Even though it was massively popular at the time. Just because I didn't feel like streaming that. I had too many other things to stream. Right? The thing is, there are so many games to play. In fact, that might actually be a detriment. But there are so many games to play. I feel like if I skip a game, like if I skip a game as in I don't stream it, there's still so many other things to stream. There's so many other things I have in my backlog that I said that I would stream that I haven't gotten to, right? So if I were to skip a game, it really wouldn't affect me. For me, it's the closest thing I have to this is my Gundam kits. Actually.
Oh, that's what I was going to ask you.
The only like the thing that I kind of look at, and this kind of goes with games as well, is I look at like have I been playing too much of X? Have I been building kits that are all too similar, right? That's kind of what I'll look at. Be like, am I becoming like pigeonholed or shoehorned into like this one specific thing, right? Like, am I playing too much Souls? Am I playing too much, roguelikes? Am I building too many Zakus, right? Like, I'll look at it from that perspective just to keep things fresh, but in general, I try not to like look at something and go, "Oh, I can't play this. I have to save this for everyone." No, if I want to grab something and enjoy it, I'll enjoy it.
Okay. So,
But to be fair, the caveat to this is I do stream purely as a hobby, right?
Sure.
So there is no obligation for me to stream anything. So
okay, but do you feel like you can't work on your Gundam off stream?
no, actually, the streaming Gundam has actually made me more prolific at building them. As in, I actually stick to it. Whereas off stream, I'll get distracted by something else and not finish. Like,
So, but
like,
do you feel like I can't? I want to work on this Gundam, but I have to wait till the stream.
no?
No.
If it's
Do
one that
you?
I'm really interested in,
So you work on it?
I will. Oh yeah, I work on off stream stuff all the time.
Okay. Cool. So you're not letting this have this impact on you, which is something I don't know how to do that.
Like I said, there are so many. Even with just Gundam kits, there are so many that
Yeah.
I want not for choice. I am
Yeah.
not starved for choice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Well, I mean, like, yeah, I don't know. Like I said, like I chose not to play Elden Ring on stream, and I'm sure if I did stream it, I would have finished it. I still haven't finished it because I can't find the time to do it when I'm off stream because I'm just so preoccupied. Like, it's not. I know, like, I'm also spoiled for choice because I'm pretty much down to play anything unless it's sports.
Who enjoys? Imagine.
Oh my god! What if that's what you're
sports
supposed to be
games.
playing though? What if that's what you should be streaming?
Sports games. Imagine that.
Well, I mean, it's not. I don't even feel like there's games that I should be streaming. They're just games that I think would be fun to stream. You know?
Right. So you
No,
don't
absolutely.
play them until you get to the stream. Is that right?
Yeah. Yeah.
And you
There are
don't
some
feel that
games
way-
I
you don't
just-
Do you feel
There's
like
some games that I only do progress on stream.
so? You
Like, I
guys,
don't play those ones off stream, but
do you feel like your relationship with gaming is different because of streaming at all?
No.
Not in any
mean, a
way.
little.
Not snazzy. Wow. I don't know how you do that.
You have to understand. I play possibly too much video games. I game
No.
an incredible amount that people
such
don't
thing.
know. But for example, for me, right, the thing that I do quite a bit off stream, depending on the times, is World of Warcraft, right? Because I have a guild and I have what? Who knew? And certain obligations to the guild, right? Because I'm in a position of leadership. But I'm not gonna stream World of Warcraft because nobody needs to see me there slouching, eating fistfuls of popcorn while yelling at random folks on the internet because they, I listen. Don't get me started. Anyways, I'm saying like no one needs to see angry Snazzy throwing popcorn at the screen. Is all I'm
I
saying.
kind of want to see angry Snazzy throwing popcorn at the screen.
It's unless it's not angry, it's I'm disappointed.
Secret
That's what it
live
is.
stream. We need
Secret live stream?
Secret live stream. Yeah. Please.
It's too much work, and also the World of Warcraft. Don't stream World of Warcraft, kids. The category is too saturated.
I don't know. That's a whole different discussion because I think everything on Twitch is like oversaturated at this point. There's no. I think you should
I
stream
guess-
whatever you want. But
I guess
Right,
the
but, like-
distinction for me is not that I feel obligated to towards stream for a game. It's more so that I just feel obligated to games as a whole to try and play them.
oh, that's
And
interesting.
then I divvy them up between stream and private time, and then between that I just have no time. You know what I mean?
I will say though, like I said,
Yes.
especially with Gundams, but also with some games, God of War being the best example. Actually, if it wasn't for streaming it though, there are definitely games that I would have quit and not finished because they made me irrationally angry, like God of War.
Oh. Okay.
But that's because the fact that everyone was there and watching, and the things that were being said and talked about in chat made me actually want to go back and actually try to finish it. And then I had
Okay.
a fun experience with that doing so. But had I done that, had I played that game in my private time, quote unquote, I would have quit and never come back and told you never to buy the game. I would have told you stay away, it's terrible.
That's funny. So, okay, so your relationship with gaming changed in a different way just because it forces you to maybe do something you wouldn't have done naturally.
Yep.
So I think that fits with what we're talking about. It's like a
Well, I
weird
mean,
relationship shift.
A little
It's
bit.
kind
I
of
guess.
like the idea that even a bad game is fun if you're playing it co-op.
Yeah. Okay.
But-
Yeah,
true.
that's true, yeah.
True.
Doing it, and, doing it with friends, doing it on stream,
True.
that makes it fun again.
Yeah.
So they're different games that you're probably more.
I
ready
recently
to play.
played an incredibly terrible video game with friends, and we had fun.
True.
Would I ever play that game? And Pickles knows what I'm talking about. Would I ever play that game without that scenario? No, no, not ever.
Yeah.
I would not. It would the effort that it took to install it would be too much. You know what I mean? But because they were friends and because there was a communal thing, it made it fun, and that's what streaming is in the end, right? It's a community. It's communal. So.
Yeah, that's what I was wondering is this whole streaming thing. I don't think people think about this stuff when they set out to become a streamer, right? They don't consider oh, I love gaming. I'm just gonna turn my stream on and play games. But then all of a sudden you're a few years into this thing, and a game comes out, and now you don't just stream it because you want to or because it would be fun. Like I know a lot of streamers who very much treat streaming like it's a job, and they don't play any of the games that they really would if it wasn't for streaming, or they don't get a chance to play them at all because they stream so much, and they don't get to play those games. They never get to go play them. So I don't know. I think there's just this weird thing that happens that it's hard to put your finger on about. And I don't know if it's good or if it's bad. I think that's probably highly subjective. Like, you know, if you're snazzy, you obviously have no problem with this. You know, you're just gonna do whatever you do, and you're not gonna care, and it's not a big deal. Great, but
unbothered, moisturized,
right.
in my lane, thriving.
But if you're someone like me, and it may impact you like greatly, because every time I sit down to play anything, I'm thinking, should I have this weird like streamer guilt? Like, should I save this for stream? Like, and then I don't end up playing. I pretty much don't play any video games anymore. Like I haven't. You guys know I love Bayonetta. I've never played Bayonetta 2.
No, really. Tell me about it.
Yeah.
Well, tell me again.
Hold on. I am.
I will never play that game just because I'm spiteful randomly.
I don't know why. It's so good.
I don't either.
So Bayonetta 2, I played a little bit of it, but I never really finished it or played it. And you know, you think I would have because I love Bayonetta 1 so much, but I didn't, because every time I think about playing it, I think I have to stream this. Like, it has to be a part of my content creation. And that's, I don't know. That's probably not the healthiest relationship for me to have with something I like doing, right?
Maybe not, but can I offer you a radical solution? Stream it.
Yeah.
Yeah, but Sonny, you don't even stream games.
I don't stream games. That's the problem.
Well, make a YouTube video.
I don't really. I know. I don't. I could, but my priorities in life right now are different. I probably will get back to streaming games and stuff like that at some point in my life. It's just right now I just have too many other things on my plate. But
I understand where you're coming from, but like for me, again, that just seems like this like weird capitalist impulse where like you have to be productive at all times. You have to be on the grind at all times, otherwise you're wasting opportunity. And it's just like I don't think that way.
Why are you calling me out like this, Snazzy?
Oh, Pickles, you have like how many projects in the air right now that you could talk about?
I don't know. How much time do you have?
Yeah, exactly. Like we can make a whole podcast about just what Pickles is up to.
Yeah. So, yeah, I just I don't know. I kind of wanted to bring this topic up to discuss it because I want people to kind of think about. I don't know. I just want new streamers, if they're listening to a podcast like this, or people who have only been streaming for a little while. I want people to kind of like approach themselves, be introspective about this stuff, and make sure that you're not like me, and just doing things. I feel like I have this outside presence or force that's help like impacting my decision making, and I don't know that not everybody may want that. You know, whatever. For me, I probably don't care that much. I kind of do want to just wait to stream Bayonetta 2 or whatever. Like I don't mind. I don't think it's that negative. I don't feel like I'm missing out on waiting to stream games or something. But maybe you do, and maybe that's like some kind of emotional, you know, thing that is going to be building up over time, and you don't realize that you're just not really taking care of yourself and enjoying your hobbies, and you've kind of let your streaming take over your life.
I think that's part of any introspect that you have to kind of have as a streamer, right? Is like I hate to say it, but like streaming might not be the thing for you if this is how it affects you. Like, and it's important to know that, and it is important, which is why we're having this conversation. It is important to see the early signs of that, right? If all of a sudden you're just not playing games at all, or you're massively slow down your game intake simply because, oh wait, what if somebody wants to see me play this? Yeah, that you should definitely factor that into your analysis of yourself.
Yeah, I usually go the other direction. I'm like, nobody wants to watch me play this.
Incorrect.
That is
there's always an audience.
No one wants to watch me play this. I'm just going to play it by myself.
Exactly. I treated Demon Souls actually that way. I was like, I want to play Demon Souls, but it's so saturated and I don't feel like waiting. So I'm just going to play it by myself.
So, Meats, how many subs to do a PJ cheese eating Skyrim stream like that?
Oh my god!
You should make that a thing.
I would absolutely do that a thing. The problem is it's on my PS5, so I'd have to like try to figure that out.
Now that's an easy problem to solve.
Yeah.
I mean, Skyrim's on everything, so
yeah, you can play it on your fridge.
It's true. I actually have Skyrim on like 4 ports, so.
That's one of those games that I probably everyone in chat and everybody who's ever listened to any kind of gaming streaming podcast owns multiple copies of. Well, I think it was free at one point on something like.
Probably.
Yeah, it's like, we all have
I
it.
actually just bought it for the first time.
What, for the Switch?
No, for PC for the first time on August 26th. I've never played it before.
Hey guys, so
Are you gonna
Pickles-
stream it?
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
That's the reason I bought it. I'm gonna do.
Look at that, proving Sonny's point.
Well, no, it's because I don't care about the game. Because something I've always wanted to do is take a game and mod the hell out of it, then forget what mods I installed, and then do a first playthrough of that. And Skyrim's perfect for it.
Skyrim is
Yes,
the
modded
best
Skyrim
game when
is
it
the
comes
best
to
thing in the
mods.
world.
Yeah.
Interesting.
I look forward to Thomas the Tank Engine as the dragon. So. Doot doot.
John Cena yelling.
Do you guys feel like trying to keep games fresh for stream is a thing?
Can you elaborate?
Okay, well, maybe a better example would be Snazzy's Gundam building. Do you ever feel like using their building Gundams is going to get old?
No, and because it's the stream cleverly is not about Gundam building. The stream is actually a just chatting stream that's disguised as a crafting stream. The crafting is there tangentially to give you something to look at while we shoot the breeze.
Yeah.
That's basically.
And that's
Yes.
that's a great tool to have as a streamer, is being able to do that.
If
So-
you can
I-
successfully run multiple streams of Power Wash Simulator, you got a decent chance at being a good streamer.
True.
I'm not calling Kuma out. I'm just saying if you haven't watched Kuma play Power Wash Simulator, it's to die for.
I'm gonna have to watch that. And I totally agree. I think that just chatting, if like it's and like even just the podcast, having just like my face and that's it makes me kind of uncomfortable. So if I have something else
Yeah.
going on,
Yeah.
I feel less exposed.
Yeah.
You know,
Oh,
so
I
I could
totally
just
get
be
that.
like holding my piece of art and just like you can barely even see what I'm doing. It's like kind of stupid, but it's like I'm not the focus in my mind.
Oh, yeah.
So
Oh,
I can
yeah.
be comfortable.
True.
And Meats does actual crafting, like
I do.
actual
Yeah.
art.
Yeah.
Sometimes.
Sometimes.
No, that's the trick. You're right. Like, I think a lot of people. I've talked to streamers before, and I tell them, you know, maybe you'd be really good at forming a community around this kind of game. Maybe you should think about doing that as a streamer. And they think, I don't know how I would play that game all the time, or how would I keep that fresh? And I'm like, well, Snazzy just builds Gundams. Like, he's keeping that fresh because Snazzy is able to keep it fresh. Like, that's a skill as a streamer you want to learn. You want to be able to take.
To be fair though, when it comes to streaming, there's going to be like, you know, a party or audience that for whom that'll always be the case. They're there for you. They're
Sure.
there for the interaction. They're there for the commentary. You know, they're not really there for the game necessarily. Yeah,
Sure.
they'll enjoy you playing something, but they're there for you. And then there's the other part of your audience who, like, the minute you switch to any other game, you will never see them again because they are there for that
one game.
specific title. Yeah, that
Yeah.
one title. So, in a sense, all streaming is just chatting with stuff going on, right? It's just
should
how
be,
much just chatting versus stuff. there's going
Every
on.
single stream you've ever watched is a reaction stream. Because they're reacting to the game or they're
Yeah,
reacting
yeah.
to the video. It's all just reaction.
Or they're just a bad
streaming.
streamer. And they're not
bad at
doing that at
reacting.
all.
Oh,
Yeah.
well, I mean, possibly, I guess.
Yeah.
but-
Well, have you seen those TikToks that are like stitched together and the other person is just like sitting there staring and doesn't do
They
anything?
don't do
and still have,
anything!
like 2 million views?
Yeah.
You don't even
Yeah.
have to react.
Yeah, you
Why-
just stare at the video.
TikTok is a poison.
Yeah, I mean, TikTok's...
That's what I would call content.
Yeah.
That's dumb.
Yes.
On the wrong platform, guys.
Yeah, be right back making a TikTok about this.
Yeah, that's the TikTok, is the Meets talking about that and just Snazzy's face on top of Snazzy's face.
Yeah,
Already
Staring.
here.
That's yeah, done deal. 2 million views. Here I come.
That's Another example is I actually purchased Dragon Age Origins and a one of the old school consoles, and I'm like, oh, I'll play this sometime. And then it's just kind of sat here because I'm like, I gotta find the right time to play this because I always wanted to play Dragon Age Origins. But like finding the right time to like commit to if it's a big game. I think that's what I struggle with.
And
if I
on
know
stream,
it's a big
you're
game,
talking about streaming it?
to stream a big game. It's like you want to commit to it. You know, and I have it, and every time I look over, I'm like, oh, it's here. I should do it. And then I'm like, oh, but it's a commitment, and I'm not ready.
I honestly, I feel this 300%. There's been like at least 7 video game series that I have at one point or another on chat said openly, like, oh yeah, I need to start playing this series. Assassin's Creed, Dragon Age, Mass Effect. I can keep going forever because there's all these games that I just never got around to that I know that I would enjoy and I know that people want to see, but how am I going to find time to stream? How many Assassin's Creed games are there now?
Yeah, it'd be there all year.
There's like 3 more coming.
All year. All
But
year.
let's be honest. After the first 3, they're all pretty much the same.
Yeah, but there's like 3 more coming out. And like
You can say that about building Gundams, though, right?
Yakuza. Where do I start on Yakuza? Other than the
0.
beginning, but yeah.
Yeah.
Or 0, yeah.
Yeah.
It's like
It's true.
there's too many games, is what I'm trying to say.
You really can't approach it that way at all. You shouldn't, because you're just
You
going to
shouldn't.
keep yourself from playing something good. And so then the other end of the spectrum is you feel the need to finish. Do you guys feel the need to finish what you start?
Nope.
Okay, so
Nope.
why does it matter, Meats? Just like start the game.
So I feel like the nope is mostly during the experience. You know, every time I start a game, I have 100% intention of completing it. You know, but at a certain point when I'm streaming it, there might be like, I'm done. I'm done, and
Yeah,
it's fine.
if a game is not fun, I have no qualms about quitting and not coming back because if it's not fun,
Sometimes it's viewership too, frankly. Like I will sometimes abandon a game if it's just not performing well. I'm gonna be honest.
Oh, that's an interesting
been
one.
there, done that.
Okay.
When I
No,
first-
absolutely.
Game you
When I
like,
first,
nobody's watching. You don't play it. Is that what you're saying?
Transition to off stream, or yeah,
Yep.
I'll dump it. Yeah, I'm not afraid to dump a game.
That's interesting. Yeah.
I had when I first started, I actually streamed Axiom Verge, which is basically like a palette swap Metroid. All right, game. Not enough interest for me to finish it. Viewership wasn't there. Stop playing. Simple as that.
I think that happens a lot too. Like there's some games that people get really like built up about. Like I think Witcher 3 is a really great example of this, where everyone's like, "Oh, play Witcher 3," and then like the first stream or two, you'll have a bunch of people, and then people get kind of bored
Yeah.
watching it because Witcher 3, frankly, is kind of boring to watch.
Yeah.
So
It's
it'll
also
start to taper
hella
off,
long.
and most people I have found that start Witcher 3 on stream will abandon it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I mean, like longer games like that, like people mostly just want you to play it in general.
Yeah.
Because the only thing they're interested in is seeing you start it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because they don't really care about like the 80 hours in the middle, and then
Yeah.
they might show up for the end.
Yep.
Yeah.
That's why Breath of the Wild is like really great if you could bring your community over and start it, but like imagine trying to 100% that game on stream or something. It's not.
Here's some advice: if you're ever playing Witcher 3, after like your 3rd or 4th stream, just put like possibly finale in every title. 'Cause then-
Finale.
finale? Question mark? Yeah, I know.
Yeah. This is what I mean is like there's this strange relationship that we end up with towards our this is not something normal gamers ever have to deal with or think about. They just play the game, quit the game, play a different game. They just do what they want.
I disagree. I think there are so many games that people, even non-streamers, have this issue where like they'll start playing something, they'll get to that middle part of the game, right? Because every game has a middle, where they're
Right.
slightly less interested in it, and something new shiny comes along, and you start playing that instead.
True,
and that's
but it's
how you
not
don't go back and
framed.
finish games.
The motivation behind it is you, not something external. What I mean is like Mita quits the game because the view count goes down. That's an external like force. It's like having this weird alien over there judging you and telling you can't play this, right? Like it's
Did you
not.
just call my community a weird alien?
Yeah, that's what I heard.
Yes.
No, but your own entertainment though is kind of like that. Your own entertainment's in
Your weird alien is you. You've got your
your in-head chat, right? Like
if you're chat.
If you're
Hopefully
bored of
we
the
don't
game,
have that. That sounds like a condition.
Wait, you guys don't have narrative in your head? Anyways, no, but I'm saying, like, if you're bored of a game, right, chances are chat is bored of your game too. Like, because, like, like I said, every game has a middle, right, where you get to the point where the novelty wears off a little bit, but you're not far enough story-wise or not far enough, mechanically in the game in order for it to be exciting again. There's always a lull, right? And that's where you're going to lose the most people who are like, well, I don't want to watch Meats. As much as I love Meats, I don't want to watch her grind Witcher 3 emblems or whatever, cards or,
To be fair,
that's the boring part of the game.
To be fair, we should probably put some context around our side of this discussion. Almost all of us don't stream for more than 3 or 4 hours at a time. Whereas if you're a streamer that streams for 8, 9, 10, 12 hours, I mean, that's a totally different story. You may be over there going, dude, I need to stream Skyrim. Like, I have to sit here for 8 hours. I need a game that can last 8 hours. Like, so that's a kind of maybe a different perspective entirely. It's too bad none of us have like a grindy, long, full-time streamer point of view. But
well, that's what I'm saying. Like, yeah, being a hobby streamer means my income is not tied to my performance. Which means
no, it is. It's just going in the negative.
yeah.
You just spend money on the stream.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. But like, you know what I'm saying. My livelihood is not threatened if I decide to quit a game that everyone wants me to play.
Yeah.
And I find too, one of the other things that I struggle with, and I don't know if you guys ever struggle with it, is like there's a certain point where like I kind of need a break from a game. Like Elden Ring is that way. Like I had to take a couple weeks off just because like. I swear, because I'm only streaming 3 or 4 hours. I've been playing Elden Ring for like 4 months, I feel like. And it's just like, oh my God. And I love it. And I really enjoy the game. And when I pick it up, I'm happy. But like, I had to take a step away. And then sometimes when I step away from a game, I have a hard time jumping back into the game.
Yeah, okay.
Because I do get distracted. So it's like maintaining that momentum can sometimes be a really big challenge too.
Do you guys feel the need to keep up with game announcements and trailers and stuff like that?
Yeah, absolutely.
I mean, I like to know what's coming.
Was that a pre-stream thing too for you? You just did that because you like gaming, or is this a stream pressure?
It's pre-stream. I like to know what's coming.
Okay.
Down the
Meats
line.
hasn't
I've always done it, but I do it because, or I feel like it's valuable to do because it allows you to have conversations about new and interesting things.
True. Meats, do you watch game trailers, announcements, and stuff? Or
Yeah, sorry, I got distracted because I spilled bang all over my shirt. It's just a mess today. I used to, even before streaming, I used to be interested in what's going on. Now, I lived under a rock for a really long time because of college and my career and stuff. But once I actually, like 6-ish years ago, got into Twitch as a viewer, because I spent the first 4 years in Twitch just as a viewer. That's when I really started getting back up into games and stuff. And yeah, I've always had an interest in kind of what's going on in the gaming world.
Okay, but did you hear that they announced 3 new Yakuza games, and they've officially changed the Western title to Like a Dragon?
I don't really care about Yakuza though. Like,
Go
I don't know.
Leave
Tell me
this
about
podcast.
Silk Song and like Final Fantasy, like the things I care about. Yakuza.
Wow.
Listen. There's only one piece of gaming news anyone should be concerned about recently, and that's that they've confirmed Front Mission 1 through 3.
Well, I knew you were gonna say that. So you're on the Nintendo Direct side of the conversation.
Listen,
I'm on all sides.
As I've told Pickles, man, Front Mission fans are eating good right now. Oh my goodness.
Look, I watched the Direct, and it was all about farmers, and then I watched the State of Play, and it was all about samurai. I know what's going on.
No, it's true though. Like,
you need to tell me when Bloodborne stops trending on Twitter because everyone wants Bloodborne too, right?
Yeah.
Can I?
Or the PC version.
All I'm gonna say is the amount of effort certain people go into faking Bloodborne screenshots that it's on Steam or whatever. Is mind-boggling, and I feel like these people could do so much more.
It's constantly
so many more creative
trending,
things.
though. Like, it's always a trending topic that's suggested to me on Twitter. I'm like, Bloodborne's like, how old now? Why? Why is this still a thing?
There's a Twitter account that's just whether or not Bloodborne's been ported to PC yet.
I
That's
mean,
all.
eventually we're just going to get a PS4 emulator, and then it will be on PC, right? So
There was somebody had made a fake Bloodborne headline generator because how often it trends.
Actually, G Gundam was trending on Twitter the other day, and I didn't have the balls to click on it because I didn't want to know why. Just Twitter is an awful place. Don't go there.
is there any other media?
Also, follow me on Twitter.
Is there any other media that you guys feel like as a streamer is beneficial to consume?
Anything that you're interested in, because it makes for interesting conversation.
And also your own personal enjoyment. If you like a certain type of show, watch that show.
Yeah.
And then at the very least, you will have something to talk about on stream next time you're streaming. At the very least.
Yeah,
If
theoretically.
nothing else.
What do you guys think? It just like in general, is there anything that's not a good idea to consume?
TikTok.
TikTok.
No, I love TikTok. TikTok's great.
Me too.
Drugs.
I'm ready to
Drugs,
leave this
chat.
podcast a second time.
Yeah, don't do drugs.
Propaganda, yeah.
I'm not
Yeah, don't
gonna
consume
say,
propaganda.
There's one
yeah.
in chat I'm not going to say, but
Yeah,
it's
that
very
one.
obvious.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I think you could probably go overboard with certain things, but
Well, if
depends
you
on
like
the
make
person.
any single thing your entire identity, then that makes you like
Yes.
hard to talk to.
Yeah.
Like if
Yeah,
you watch,
I don't know.
if you watch too much anime and all you talk about is anime, then I don't want to talk to you. Not because I don't
Yeah.
like anime, but that's because like
This is a
have
hard
more interests.
conversation.
Pickles just lost half his community. I'm kidding.
This
Yeah.
is a hard conversation. There's a tough pill to swallow in what you're talking about because
Listen, if we're walking somewhere and you start Naruto running, I'm not going to pretend not to know you.
What if I do it though because it's fun?
What
What if I did it? What if I
It
did
depends
it?
on if it's fun
Right, yeah.
In front
because
of
you
you.
like.
I'm still going to pretend not to know you. But yeah,
you think
I'm
it's-
sure it'll be fun for you.
If you think it's fun because it looks cool,
Yeah,
you're
go for it.
wrong. If you think it's fun
Go
because
for
you
it.
know it
No.
looks dumb,
Yeah, I'm gonna
Then
do
that's
it
funny.
because I want Snazzy to feel that level of embarrassment.
then that's making fun of your friend for it. So that's
Yeah, exactly.
that's making Snazzy cringe for a joke. That's
And I'm not saying don't do it. Knock yourself out, have fun. Just I will pretend not to know you.
No, I'll wait until people obviously in the area can see that we're hanging out.
Yeah, hanging out.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. You won't be able to deny our relationship.
But yeah, I think just like in chat, some of the stuff in chat, people want someone who's multidimensional typically, you know?
Yeah,
Like, you're gonna
one-dimensional
attract what you
sucks.
are. One-dimensional does tend to stack. It's like, you know, it's like in... We'll go back to TikTok. It's like the people that have the TikTok that's just like 52 parts of the same thing. It's entertaining for like an hour or two, and then you're like, okay, like this is...
An hour? You know how many TikToks is that?
she
know what I
loves
mean.
TikTok.
That's 60
That's
TikToks.
a lot of TikTok. Yeah.
Whatever.
120
You know what I mean.
TikToks.
I've been through someone's entire TikTok series before. Stop it. But like after that,
easy to
you never
binge.
go back to it
Yeah.
again because you're like, oh, that was cool, that was interesting, those cats are cute, and then like that's it. Like there's nothing else there.
There is
So
stuff
you're-
on
substance
TikTok.
to TikTok.
Yeah, TikTok's a good example of like there's really good stuff and there's stuff that makes me like really uncomfortable as an adult, and it's just people. No, that
Don't,
sounded
as a
bad.
human.
But as a human, yeah, like there's some kid on there that's always like pranking businesses and stuff, but he gets the cops called on him all the time, and like it's
yeah.
like, and then in the TikTok he's like talking to the cops, and it's just like. This is really, why is this shouldn't be popular. This should be like, this person is harassing businesses in order to get views on TikTok.
The only TikTok series I have ever watched like and binged was somebody took like that scene from like Aristocats where they're like playing the music and like dropping through the floor and would just add different songs in the background. That's the only thing.
Wow,
Snazzy with
TikTok's
his
great.
memes. Yeah, so I think I don't even know. No, I think it's a good idea to be. I tell a lot of boring streamers, not that they're boring, but I do kind of push them in that direction. I'm like, you should try to consume more things because you don't have a lot to talk about. Like
Find things that you like.
Well, and
I think the important
go ahead.
I think the important distinction is people who come off as boring because they talk about one thing all the time. Because everyone is inherently interesting, right? Most people have at least one other thing they're interested in, right? No one is so single-sided that they have nothing else that they can talk about. It's just they don't think that it's worth talking about. They latch onto one thing and they make that their whole personality, and it's like, yeah, after a while it's going to come off as boring because I've talked about this one thing for an hour now. I need a break. I need to talk about something else.
Right. Well, and I find people who they don't know how to talk about even the things that they're interested in. You have a lot of work to do. But then beyond that, it's like you should try. I find that as a streamer, it can be very helpful to be open-minded about new interests as well. For instance, there are people that, as streamers, they've never watched anime, but they just don't feel like it's for them. It's just like this weird... People who state that they don't feel like it's for them, that's one of those like weird ambiguous statements that just makes you sound like you're closed-minded and you've obviously never watched it. It's very immature in the sense it's like talking to like a child who's never had sushi or something, and they're like, ew, sushi, it's gross. And it's like, yeah, how much sushi have you had, child? You want to try and maybe be a little more open and receptive to things, because people are going to come in the chat and be like, hey, Eat Your Meats, have you ever played Bayonetta?
No.
No.
Trigger words. No, like, it's a good idea to not shut down, especially if it's entirely things. Like, a lot of people, I've seen a lot of streamers and people on Twitch shut down entire topics with just like their dislike of something because they watched one thing. Like, oh, I don't like anime, but but I did watch Cowboy Bebop or something like that. And it's like, how much anime have you actually consumed?
Well, like if you asked me about when I first quit God of War, if you asked me about God of War, I would have told you that it's the worst thing on the planet. So,
yeah,
like,
I mean,
it's all about getting data. It's all about being able to get stuff to talk about.
Honestly, it all kind of goes back to improv in a sense.
Ooh,
like in order to like be able to keep a conversation, like you don't need to like go out and try to force yourself to watch things you won't be into, but like in order to be able to hold a conversation about it, instead of just saying yes, no, and like ending the conversation there, being able to like take that and have a conversation about it is a skill that I think a lot of people actually lack when they try to stream. Yeah. So just like figuring out how to talk about things.
Do you want to here's a big hint. If somebody's talking about a video game that you know nothing about, try to suss out what kind of game it is and literally deflect onto a game you do know about. Pro tip for all you people who need conversation starters.
Here we go.
Is that why everything is a Souls-like?
Yes. That might, honestly, in the greater zeitgeist, that might be, because that's everyone knows what a Souls game is, right? So everything's a Souls-like.
And it's not necessary that you do have to force yourself to consume things that you don't think you're going to like.
Being able to talk about it.
Yeah, there's that, but there's also like a level of like, I don't know, just kind of, it helps forming relationships with people around subject matters to know something about that subject matter. Like, you don't have to watch every anime that exists ever, but, try a couple of the ones that are the most popular. And if you don't like them, you don't have to keep watching them or something, but just, it can be a good idea to just like have a taste of something. And then you can give more of a personal take on it. It's usually...
Ask a couple people their opinions too, because I think, if you just have one source for like, oh, if you like anime, you should totally watch XYZ, then asking a couple people I think is helpful. Like there's a couple that I really like, but it's going to be totally different than what like Sunny likes probably.
Oh, I don't know about that. Well, I like everything.
Or alternately, watch the most watch the most obscure anime you can find, just so you can go, have you seen this? Like,
Yeah.
So you seem a lot more hipster about it.
Yeah.
No, just
think-
watch
I
Attack
think-
on Titan. Like that's it.
Oh, God.
Just watch that.
But
Yeah.
listen,
I love
most importantly, the
my
the
favorite.
lesson that I want you all to walk away from is don't ask me, because I'll just tell you to watch Gundam. That's literally, like,
Oh, this
Ask
is going to
anybody
devolve
else
real
about
fast
anime.
into a bunch of animes that we're all going to bring up.
yeah. Well, because most of us are
We gotta,
weebs.
boy.
we gotta be like, I know
Okay.
anime.
All right, everybody's favorite anime. Go. We got
Go.
Attack on Titan, Snazzy. Yours is going to be a Gundam.
Well, hold on. I got my childhood favorite though was
Oh,
Sailor
boy.
Moon.
Okay.
Of course
Okay.
it was.
Right.
Do we want to
In
change it?
English?
Yeah,
No, I'm
wait,
just kidding.
wait,
I'm just kidding.
Hold on. Pause.
Oh,
do we
we're
want to
not
do
doing dub versus sub. Don't even.
wait, hold on.
Don't even.
Do we want to do favorite anime as children? Like, would that be a better question? Like, what's your favorite anime when you were a kid?
No.
I just
Best
gave
anime.
both, so you guys can give both too.
Yeah.
Transformers as a kid.
Oh, yeah, good
Is
choice.
that considered anime? It's
Yeah,
an American
Eh,
show.
it's a cartoon, but
It's a
you know,
cartoon. This isn't anime.
it's the same thing.
Animated.
Anyway,
I'm a big proponent of cartoons.
I
for
don't
anime.
think it's the same thing.
same thing.
All right. What's your favorite Japanese anime, Snazzy?
Actually, are we sure that Transformers isn't made by a Japanese studio?
That's so
But
redundant.
Hold on, I'm gonna sit
no.
here
What
and,
is
like,
it?
Google this.
Voltron is Japanese.
Yeah, Voltron's Japanese. But we
I
all watched it, I think.
didn't watch a lot of that as a kid. No, my favorite one is Gundam 0083,
Okay.
Stardust Memories.
Okay. Japanimation. Pickles, favorite anime.
I don't want to have this conversation.
Oh!
well, like
That's 'cause
somebody.
Okay,
somebody
a good
in chat-
anime, an anime you could recommend.
Somebody in chat just explained exactly why, though, because anime is just a medium; it's not a genre. So when you say I
True.
don't like anime,
True.
it's like saying I don't
True.
like live
Okay,
action.
anime,
Right.
an anime that you would recommend to somebody to watch.
See, this is a hard question too, generally, because people will tell you whatever their favorite show is, and not what a good show for somebody who doesn't watch anime should watch.
True. Very true.
So like somebody will be like somebody who's never seen anime before will be like, what should I watch? And somebody will be like, you should watch the one where the stepbrother has a crush on his little sister. It's great.
Yeah.
They live in a video game. Everybody
like-
loves it.
But let's be real though. 50% whether or not Pickles will tell you to watch either JoJo or One Piece.
I would never suggest JoJo or One Piece as an initial anime to get into.
That's true. That's hard. That's hard.
If you want like a beginner's anime that's not like over anime-ish, it would be Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood or My Hero Academia
Respect.
because
Good.
they're like
But those
they're
are
just
such like cop out answers because
they're-
everyone says
well,
that.
yeah, because
Well,
they're just American enough that somebody
Yeah.
who's not into it will be able to get on board.
There
If you
is,
want to
yeah.
hate anime, you watch the Full Metal Alchemist live action first.
Oh, yeah.
They accidentally did, and that was absolutely abysmal.
I mean,
I was like, "What is this?"
you could
Do
probably.
you want to intensely dislike Cowboy Bebop? Just watch the Netflix.
Oh boy. Okay.
Watch any live action anime. I can't even think of a good live action adaptation that I've
That's because
enjoyed.
there isn't one. It
I
doesn't
know.
exist.
All right.
It doesn't translate to like live action at all.
And it
Well,
should.
every single one looks like weird cosplays.
A lot of
Like
animation.
awkward acting.
A lot of anime. The point of it is that it's animated and it allows you to consume the thing.
Yep.
That the medium itself kind of allows for a different kind of storytelling. So translating it is very difficult and probably not a good idea.
and
but-
kind of pointless.
Depending on the show. So I'll put my hat in the ring. Toradora. There you go. I'd tell someone to watch Toradora.
What? Toradora?
Yep.
No one's seen Toradora.
Fine, if you want one that's less generic answer, watch Erased.
Oh, Erase is
There
okay.
you go.
Yeah. Okay.
Oh, it's got an exclamation point in it, which means it's good.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
So does Durarara.
I'm gonna unironically tell you to watch Lucky Star because you will enjoy it. I promise you. You'll be confused, but you'll enjoy it.
All right. So thanks for tuning into the Infinite Quality Anime Podcast. Next week we'll actually probably talk about streaming or not.
Yeah, probably.
Who knows?
Or not. Yeah, who knows?
Anyway, this is good. I appreciate you guys' take on things, and hopefully anybody who's listening to this got something out of it and just can kind of be a little introspective about your relationship to the world and your games and all the things in your life that you like and love, and try not to let the thing that is an alien outside of you dictate everything that you do with your gaming and your habits and things like that. Don't be me. Thanks, everybody. Check out infinitequality.live. That's our website if anybody is interested in more. And that's it. That's the show. We will probably hang out a little bit after the stream here on Twitch with everybody. But if you guys are listening on Spotify, tune in to the next one. See you.
Don't forget to like and subscribe. Hit the bell button. See you next time.
Oh, I didn't have the music running. Usually there's music here to like take the show out. Like boom, boom. Go ahead, Pickles. Beatbox for us.
Okay, bye.
No.